there, Jay with Couch Off-Road Engineering on a windy Sunday afternoon. I'm going to show you today how to drive a Unimog, at least how to start up and get one of these old series going. This is a U1100L, also known as a 416 Doka. It's got the high horsepower option, 128 horsepower upgrade, 20-speed transmission, super fast ringing pinions, you know, the works on it. Live double clutch goodies. But regardless, this will help you start up any of these old series 416, 406s in a standard 6-speed or 20-speed transmission. So Cindy, my filmer here, is going to hop in the back seat. We'll get going. All right. First, we start off with our key, of course. We get into our key switch here. It starts off with P for parking light only with the vehicle off, 0 for off, the 1 position for operating, number 2 position for parking lights and operating, number 3 position for parking and headlights and operating. So we're going to get that guy in. We're going to put it to the number 1 switch. See my lights illuminate through here? That's our kind of danger light telling you that things aren't working right, and this is also a warning light as well. So now what we need to do is obviously, let's verify that we're in neutral. So I'm going to go back and forth, make sure I've got a little bit of left-right going on, which I do. Then I'm going to come up here. Our hand throttle, important. This is one of the typical series hand throttles. Sometimes a hand throttle will be located on the side of the doghouse here, which you move up and down. But most of them are going to be this. So what I need to do is I'm going to step on the throttle pedal and I'm going to move this guy up to about that position because I know that's where it is. This guy's sprung loaded here. When you shut it off, all it takes is you bring it back and you shut it off that way. But to set your idle, give it a little bit of help with your foot and then set that there and let this down. Don't just push it this direction. There is a detent in here that tries to lock it. So you need to pull this back and then pull it off. You just keep cranking it over, it'll knock that detent off, and it's about a $130 part to replace. So again, I'm going to bring it up to about my operating position. I double check, make sure I'm in neutral. I have my key in the number 1 switch. I know that's a go because I got red lights going here telling me I have power. Fully depress the clutch. Step on your doorbell button with your finger there and give it some throttle. So now I'm going to adjust my hand throttle. I'm going to put it up a little bit higher just so it's smoother so we can hear inside the cab. Otherwise, these old mods tend to rattle. Building up my air pressure, that's probably why my red light is on. I need to get up to close to that 6 bar mark. Operating pressure is around 9 bars. See, the light just went out. So we're good to go. Engine temperature is cold. These are kind of cold-blooded animals, therefore it's going to be a little smoky to start up. Oil pressure is high. Cold oil pressure, totally normal. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just let off the parking brake. So first I step on my foot brake. Grab park brake. Make sure it goes all the way to releases. We're fine to dead. Now, as far as operating on our shifter stuff here, this is a 20-speed, but it's configured the same layout as a 6-speed. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the machine off just so it's not so loud for us here. And to do that, breathing into my park brake, pull back on my hand throttle, shut her off, and then I'm going to turn off my key. Lights off, power off. So now we're going to go over to the shifting category here. It's a 6-speed transmission, and in these machines, the 6 speeds or 20 speeds, you can only reverse first and second gear. Right now I'm in the first, second gear shift gate in reverse. I know that just from looking at it from before parking this in here. So what I'm going to do, just kind of ignore this, I'm going to go ahead and put us into a normal gear that we're going to be typically operating in. So right here, I have got, this is actually 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, and 6th gear. These are my normal driving gears. You'll notice I come back here and it hits a stop. Well, there's 2 more gears hiding over there, but you have a detent. So if I give it a good shot that way, that is actually 1st gear, and that is 2nd gear. And then to get over, I have to be in at least 2nd gear and give it a good pop it over there. Sometimes it likes to get argumentative. If it doesn't go, give it a quick pop in, and then you'll be all right. And with the engine off, it doesn't help. So there's 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th, excuse me, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So those are your normal driving gears. You're going to start off in 3rd gear there. But for reverse and off-road gears, you bring it on over into the 1st and 2nd gear range. 1st gear, I'm going to put it in. This lever back in this rear corner is my reverse lever. Crank that in there. That's reverse, that's forward, that's reverse, that's forward. I could also use second gear in forward or reverse, either of those two there. So that's your shuttle for back and forth. Now, in order to get into the normal road gears, I need to make sure I'm in the forward position, and again, do that kind of difficult shift. It's a little easier with the engine running and whatnot. Being a 20 speed, we've got this lever being extra, this lever being extra. So your 6-speed, you won't have that. A main transmission shifter here, 6-speed, my forward and reverse shuttle. This little lever over here is my PTO engagement. Shift it forward, that gives me front PTO. Back, I believe, is neutral. One more position is both PTOs, and then all the way back is just the rear PTO. This is a slightly newer series, four-wheel drive setup on that one, so it has this pneumatic switch right here. Forward like that is typically two-wheel drive. That position is 4. That position is four-wheel drive with both differentials locked. So now I'm disengaging. I'm in four-wheel drive only. I'm in two-wheel drive only. The older series Unimogs will have a mechanical lever instead of this. It'll come out of the same spot, horizontal to the vehicle. It's two-wheel drive. First position, four-wheel drive. Next position, four-wheel drive, both differentials locked. Argumentative. Sometimes I like the older series ones with the mechanical lever better, just because if I'm in a bad situation, I don't have air. At least I don't have to worry about losing four-wheel drive. I can sneak away and get out until our air pressure builds up, or in case we break an airline, that type of thing. So we're going to fire this bad boy up, and let's go for a short drive. So again, I'm going to put it into the number 1 position on the key switch here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the hand throttle and give it a little bit of assistance with my foot as well. Make sure I'm in neutral. Hit my little doorbell switch. Bring her on down there. And you're not going to hurt these machines by stepping on the throttle. When you're starting it, it's mechanically injected. It won't flood like a carbureted vehicle. So step on the throttle while cranking it over is not going to hurt a thing. Don't worry about flooding. Don't pump it. You're just wasting your time and you're going to look funny anyhow. So we got her up. I know my air temperature's already up. Our air pressure, I'm sorry, not air temperature. Then we're just going to go for a short drive here. What I'll do is I'll have Cindy stay in the car and I'll show you how to get into first and second. So let's go ahead and give the hard switch over to the lower set gears. Sometimes they bind up. Don't just sit there and crank it in. Give it a little tap in there. Sometimes let out the clutch pedal. Let it go in there. See how I'm doing that? Because it is giving me some resistance. It's just how it is. It's a 1976 for God's sake. So take off my park brake. First gear. I'm in the forward gear here. Just let the clutch right now. Give me throttle. Do your little thing. So now that I want to back up, step to the clutch. Complete stop. Shift that into reverse. Let out the clutch slow, and we're going back. Again, forward, and then back. Now, what's nice is if I'm going to go forward about maybe 10 feet here or so, with the air regulator cutting out, put it in reverse. That's a little too slow, so I can go ahead and shift on the fly into a higher reverse gear type thing. And now we're going to go for a quick drive, so I'll go forward, neutral, quick shift over, puts me into third. And I'll just let out. Like I said, I don't even have to give it any throttle. I'll go away here. Boogie on out of here. So, sure we're good. Again, I'm going to take off in third gear. A little bit of smoke. Don't be afraid to rev it up. Get up to 2400. I'll shift it higher. Your engine temperature's getting up to where you like it. These things are designed to run at 2800 RPM all day long. Quick stop. Show them these cones. Try not to use your clutch too much. They are expensive and they're not easy to get to. Especially if it's double clutch like this one. And that's starting here. second. In reverse, off we go. Now I need to go forward. Same story right there. This is a slightly older series transmission. It has a longer throw on that reverse, which is actually kind of a better thing in my opinion, but anyway, that's that. So I'm going to step on the brake as I apply the parking brake. That'll help seat those shoes in a little bit tighter. I'm going to pull that throttle, hand throttle back, shut her down, turn my key off. This machine also happens to have a battery disconnect hiding down here, which you won't see. And that's how you do it.